Hello everyone, Galidorn back again, playing Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, so the update has come in the Bastion for the 6th anniversary. Honestly, I hope they add a little bit more to it.
But I'd trade it all for a little more.
I think they will once the fusion that has just been announced starts up, because we don't see any little champs down there doing anything. Last year we had Armand's, playing his little instrument there, and some of the other champs, I can't remember who it was now, dancing around and stuff. So I think this is just the initial kind of background changing it. We see the little 6th anniversary balloon down there on the bottom hanging around. Carpeting has changed and stuff. Some sheep over there. Were they always there? No, I guess, I don't know. There's little sheep there. I think that's new. So I think, they'll change it again to update it and add some stuff in there. I hope so, because right now it's looking kind of bare. But anyway, as the aforementioned fusion that has just been announced to start on the 10th of March for Lord Entertainer Fabian. Now, if I remember correctly, Fabian was an entertainer. There was a singer back in the 60s, 70s. I don't know, Fabian. That was all I'm thinking of right now is Fabio, but no! Obviously it's not him. But Fabian was somebody. I remember growing up, Fabian was a guy.
Death stalks you at every turn!
That was supposedly the heartthrob. All the girls are like, woo! Right, in posters and shit. Anyway, that's who he is. This guy is not, though. He's an undead neon edgelord. I wouldn't exactly call him pretty. So anyway, today we're going to get into whether I'm going to go for this fusion. Look at his kit, see if he's worth it. Look at my stuff.
Don't touch my stuff!
See if, I have a reasonable shot at getting him. But before we go into that, first I'm going to show you a couple things. I got to talk about the siege. So siege ongoing right now. As you see now, we have it well in hand, 2,825 to our opponents at 850. This is our second siege. We won the first one without really knowing what we were doing. This time around, I kind of had a bit more of a plan, and my guys executed it perfectly.
We will rock you.
It's a lesser clan than we are. We're only level 10, they were level 9. They didn't seem to really have a concerted effort to go after a stronghold, and their players were not as strong as ours overall. So I don't know if the strategy I had here and that we played out is an effective one. We'll have to find out as we go into stronger opponents. But basically, we took the left post in here from 2, 8, 10, 15 right to Defense Tower 5, because that is the shortest route into the stronghold. Decided just to break into the stronghold, take that first, and then we went to the left side.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, left side, sir!
Which is through Defense Tower 2 into the Mana Shrine 2 to farm some orbs. Took that down, and that seems to be the shortest route into doing that. So I'm going to do that in the future. Follow that same thing, just taking the shortest routes, get Stronghold first, and then take a Mana Shrine. Hopefully as the clan develops, get a few more people who are, more active, because we got people coming into the clan that are not as active, and then I kind of had to let them go after they've, not been on for 2 weeks and whatnot. But as we go, hopefully we'll be able to get to the point where we're striking 2 Mana Shrines as well as taking down the Stronghold. There's still, a little under 15 hours left to go here, but this one is in the bag. I do say they've run out of their attacks, basically. They didn't break into our stronghold. They tried to go for, some rewards here, taking all these posts that were undefended. The only major things they took down were a couple of defense towers. But we held in the stronghold. I think they only attacked once successfully into the stronghold, so everything held in there. Mana Shrines held, everything. So we should get a lot of good rewards out of this. We got some nice gear.
Whoa! Where did you get that armor from?
We'll get the nice gear, the accessories, feral accessories out of the victory chest. Get a bunch of mana orbs and florins.
I am just 4 power wands away from an anti-gravity lozenge.
To sink back into the development of the siege. Want to upgrade that stronghold. Need quite a lot more florins to do that. So anyway, we're developing in that, and it was very successful this time around. And we'll hopefully be able to build a bit better before we run into any real sort of challenges to us in future. Now also, I want to discuss about Curse City, and specifically the defeat, my second ever defeat of Amius, and this time I got some of it at least on video to show you the team that took him down for the second time, albeit it's only normal, but come on, god damn it, it's Amius, okay, give me a fucking break. All right, we're gonna see here, started recording when he was down. Fight had been going on, as you can see, about 13 minutes there now. And I don't start to record these things because many times it just goes on and on and on. So when it gets down where I think I might get him, I turn the recorder on. I've got 3 champs here. I've got Rathalos, I've got Drex, I got Emic. They have the Smite blessing. Smite is very important for Amius, as there you see. I mean, it can do, basically, it does most of the damage. And anyway, for me, my champs can never seem to do enough damage on their own. Of course, you've got the burn coming from Drex. Now, you can see I have Mortu Macabre there in the lead. Because he's got that heal reduction, of course, very important on his A1. Also, he's got the speed in all battles, which is kind of necessary to try to keep up with the boss here. Also, you know, Peril. Peril can put this guy down for the count, of course, because it blocks the revive, so you can kill him, even when he's got the stupid Blood Moon buff on himself.
Fucking die!
Armed, of course, for a bit of heals and for, you know, reviving when needed. Now, I don't know if they've nerfed him because this battle seemed kind of easy. Even though this was the team I used before to beat him, it was quite a lot longer. Now, of course, Emic has the unkillables and the shields. So far, this is the only group of champs I've been able to put together that beat Amius once, and then again, only on normal. Now, the hard rotation does not have the same group of champs, so I think that, you know, that's kind of unfair. There goes Drex down. It doesn't seem that he's healing himself as much as he used to. And there's the smite. There's the smite coming in. I think he's going to go down this time. Might as well boost everybody up. And he seems like he wasn't as hard this time as he was last time. This is going to kill him, I do believe. And he'll die anyway next time with the smite. He didn't seem to be healing himself as much, and that was even without, you know, Mortu's reduced heal. Fortunately, we didn't have the Blood Moon buff on him, and Emic was able to put him down. So as you can see here, actually a lot of good rewards, good accessories. Look at those 6 stars accessories, very good. A lot of 5 stars, yeah, so I'm selling those. Not really big on 5 stars. Anyway, we'll see what these are. I'm not going to put you through that and show you, you know, the selling of these artifacts.
Thank fuck!
But I'll keep the 6s, might keep the boots 5 star if they're speed, but all the rest will be sells. So there we go, once again, even just on normal. My second defeat of Amius. As you can see, 3 of my champs there with the smite. Smite, very important. It's like, it is a requirement, basically, for beating this guy. And so, with that, picked up the overall chest from normal. Rewards, alright, I guess. Speed glyphs are nice. 250 coins. Could have been a bit more. 150 energy, 200k. I mean, for doing all this, I think the coins and the energy and stuff should be doubled, you know?
You know these guitars that are like double guitars, you know?
Now, and also I wish that, you know, clear 101 stages was a 100 stage and then just keep the boss for his own rewards. So even if you clear all the map, you'll be able to get the reward for it. Because right now, if, you know, you don't get the boss, then you're down 2 quest rewards, which I don't think is very fair, especially after clearing out all this stuff. You should be credited for clearing the map, because Amius is so goddamn difficult, even on normal. You should be able to get it for clearing the whole map. Now, I wasn't able to clear the hard map. I got hung up on some areas. There's some champs and stuff that I need to still develop, you know, epics, rares, things like that. Alright, so that's what it was with that bastard Amius. I don't know, like I said, if they nerfed him a bit, because it seemed a lot easier there. Alright, so the main reason of this video, we'll be looking at the Lord Entertainer Fabian. Okay, so here he is, and in looking at him again, it kind of looks like a funky undead ghost of Armand's, a bit. What, did Armand's die from last year? Because Armand's was the 5th anniversary fusion champ. He's the glowy ghost. He's got a bit of the jester's mask going there. The actor, I can see, yeah, that ties in there. Got that funky glowing neon hair there. It's quite the coif, quite the do. So as always, starting with the aura, going up, finish with the A1. All right, so ally speed, all battles. Again, all battles is generally a good one. Nothing to write home to mom about too much though, 19%. That's at the lowest tier of the speed in all battles, but still decent. Okay, so let's go to the passive. So whenever an enemy is revived, it places a true fear. And of course, it doesn't say it cannot be resisted, so this takes accuracy. And you're going to see that his kit does need accuracy, so this guy's main stat is going to be accuracy. And here's what really makes him huge, I think.
Yeah.
Is it removes any stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, or true fear, and petrification debuffs from this champion before the start of their turn. So basically any CC type except for the sheep. Now, as you're going to see also, though accuracy is his big stat, I think that resistance should be his second priority for this guy because he's not immune to the sheep. And as we're going to see, he's going to be very prone to being sheeped, in my opinion, anyway. And I do think his kit will be PvP. Although I will discuss a bit of what I think could be a PvE niche for him as well. So on the A3, attacks all enemies. Before attacking, is 75% of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. 3 fucking turns. So this guy is the Fear Lord, but also a bit of the Warlord in there. So if you get going first in Arena, this guy's going to be the same Nightmare, even more of a Nightmare. Get it there? See what it did? Fear. Then the Warlord. And of course, accuracy needed. Has 75% of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skill. So not only does he do the cooldown thing, but he's a bit of a stripper. Ugh. Sorry for that image in your mind, folks. And grants an extra turn if there are no buffs on the enemy after this attack. So, I mean, if he's decreasing it by 3 turns, generally you're going to strip off all the buffs. So this is going to give him an extra turn pretty much all the time. Unless, of course, somebody resists it. So then once you get that extra turn, goes into the A2, attacks one enemy, places a petrification. So now he doesn't have the fear and true fear. He's got the petrification. 1 turn. And has a 75% chance of placing a true fear buff for 2 turns on all other enemies who are already not under fear or true fear debuff. Now, he has a second passive built into his A2. Activates this skill whenever an enemy under a fear or true fear debuff successfully uses the skill. So that means, you know, they roll the dice, get their 50-50, and it comes up positive, and they get to go, boom! He comes in and he petrifies them. So like I said, this guy could be a real force in the arena if you build him right. And finally with the A1, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit steals 10% of the target's turn meter, so yeah, he's a bit of the Ghost Armands. It's the True Fear debuff for 2 turns if the target's turn meter is fully depleted. That's going to be a bit hard to do though with a small 20% depletion, but it could happen. So in looking at it, you know, he's not placing the fear and true fear like a lot all the time. It's kind of conditional, right? Like an enemy has to be revived to get the true fear. And then the fear and true fear on the A2 is conditional that they're already having a fear or true fear. But I mean, if they already are feared or true fear, then it's going to activate as passive because it doesn't say the fear or the true fear has to be placed by him. It just says if it activates, or doesn't activate, I should say. And then it's conditional to place the true fear on the A1. So yeah, I'd say that it has a reasonable chance of placing the fear and true fear on the A2, not so reasonable on the A1. Now obviously this is an arena kit because, you know, when you're talking about turn meter manipulation and fear, true fears, that's for going against other players. However, I'm thinking that he could have a use in Hydra because of the CCs that are removed from him and the decreased duration of the buffs that he has. I'm thinking that if you pair him up with Shamail, that could be a 1-2 punch that is really effective at going at Hydra when they've got the rotation of the Fear Head and the Head of Mischief going together. And I've been having a lot of problems with that Fear Head lately. So a terror in the arena and utility against Hydra. So my assessment is I think this guy has it going on. I think that he is a very good champ, worthy of putting in the effort for a fusion. He's unique enough, has enough utility that he could fill a role for anybody. So he is worth putting in the effort. He's not just another run-of-the-mill fusion, you know, not like the last one we just had, Esme the Dancer, who I think was a bit underwhelming. So definitely worth it, and yes, if I'm capable of doing it, I'm going to go for this fusion. So let's look back now to the game, and I will assess my ability of whether I could get him or not. All right, so the first place I always look is the shards. And I recommend that if you're thinking about doing fusion, this is the first place you should look at.
What are you doing? They'll see it.
Shh, I know. I want them to.
And when I go to the shards, the first place I look is the void shards. Because if you have 25 void shards, you are golden for a summon rush. Generally, 25 void shards will get you the required amount to get whatever it is, either the champ or the fragments, or, you know, a combination of whatever it is, whether it's a hybrid fusion. Whatever you need from that summon rush, you will get it with 25 void shards. Now, as you can see here, I am below the 25 voids that I need. However, I think that I will be able to reach that at least by the time the summon rush rolls around, because for one thing, the monthly quests, even though I got to run the campaign a little bit more, the monthly quests are going to come up before the fusion, so I'll have a void shard there. The nice gift that they gave us for the 6th anniversary has 2 void shards coming up there, so that'll bring me up to 23. Clan boss, I'm thinking that I'll be able to get maybe at least 1 before the summon rush. So I'm thinking I'm guaranteed at least 24 voids, which, you know what, I'm comfortable with. It's not a guarantee, but I'm comfortable with that level of voids. Ancient shards are very good at 124.
Very good, sir.
I'll have more, you know, before the fusion starts. Sacreds are doing very well. And yeah, okay, yeah, they're throwing in the stuff. This is what they're going to do before the fusion. They're going to throw in a lot of stuff like this. The extra legendary event. Yeah, not touching that, sorry. No, not going for the piece of candy here. These sacreds will be held for the fusion. And I have 19, which is a very good level. So when it comes to shards, I'm not really mentioning the 12 primals. They're only a last resort, and I only pull them for 2 times mythicals. Unless, of course, I need something as a last resort in a fusion, which I don't think I'm going to need. However, if somehow a 2 times mythical comes up during the fusion, and I will be shocked to my shorts if Plarium does that, throws a 2 times mythical in any of the events during the fusion.
See?
That's not saying that they won't do it within the fusion that is not going along with either a Summon Rush or Champion Chase. They could very well do that. But those are left alone unless there's a 2 times mythical. And if there's a 2 times mythical, I pull them. Remnant Summon, I have 1. So that's counted towards it. Now, the big reason you're going to see here is I have 3 legendary champs already in the portal sitting, waiting to go. And I will have Yakarl because clan quests will reset, you know, before there's a champion chase. And I'll pick up the 5 fragments for him. So that'll give me 4 Legos before a champion chase. Clan quests will reset in 6 days, basically. So it's the 5th of March here now. The fusion will begin on the 10th of March. So, yeah, the clan shop will be open, even if they put the champion chase right at the start. So Yakarl will be mine. So that makes 4 champions in the portal to come out. And I have over 1,000 mystery shards. Yeah, that's mainly a champ training resource I look at. But, you know, if you had to pull a few here and there to top up things in the fusion, yeah, so be it. Okay, so the next thing I look at after the shard situation is my gems. Gems are not as much as I normally feel comfortable with, because right now when it comes to masteries on champs, because of all the other things, I rarely farm Minotaur anymore. So I look at gems as my main way of getting the masteries, and as you can see, don't have, you know, a whole lot of gems.
Ha! Gay!
Usually I like to have, you know, over 6,000, maybe 7,000 gems to feel real comfortable saying, yep, I got everything I need to get a fusion going. But because I have, you know, over 120 ancient shards and I have those Legos sitting in the portal, I don't think I'll need to buy any ancient shard packs. So these gems will just be for buying energy refills. So I do think I have enough. And if we look into my inbox, I have plenty more multi-battles sitting in there. I have XP resources, some arena coins. Arena coins not really that big a concern for me. Never seems to be an issue of having to get extra arena coins. And then we get down, and I have a few pots saved. A bit of energy here saved. Clan shop, when it resets, will probably have energy this time around. So I think I'm well set for energy. Silver, not an issue. I have 40 million silver right now. Lots of silver to be made from, you know, running dungeons and doing champ training and campaign, and forging materials, selling artifacts here from the forge. So silver's not a concern. Silver is good. And finally, champ training resources, which is another big thing you need to consider. It's also another big thing you need to consider because it is expensive. So silver levels, something you not just for like artifact enhancement, but also for the champ training. I do have some champ chickens. I'll be building those up. The way I look at things in preparation for a fusion is I get champion chickens, as many as I can, up to level 40, and then I leave them. And then I'll be ranking those up during champion training. I have quite a number of actual chickens. You can see here, 50 3 stars, 32 4, and 17 5 stars. I have one group of 5-star chickens that I can use to rank up a champion. So add them in the 17s. That's 22 5-star chickens. And the brew levels are very good. I have well enough brews to do the brew technique. And if you don't know what the brew technique is, it's basically before you feed a champion chicken, into a champion, whether that champion be a chicken or an actual champion you're going to use, you throw some brews in there to level them up a bit before you actually feed them. And the way I do it is 1 star gets no brews, 2 stars gets 2 brews, 3 stars get 3, 4 get 4 brews, and for the 5 stars I throw in 6 brews. Because that extra brew actually puts them up another level. I'll show you right here.
Boring.
We'll see at 5 brews takes you like within a hair's breadth of getting level 22. Put in that extra brew, and it bumps up another couple of levels. Yeah, okay, not a lot of points, but it adds up. So that's what I would do. I would raise this guy up to level 24. And all the other level 5s I would raise up to level 24, and then I would feed them into, well, an actual champ. A champ I'm going to use to go to 6 star. And I have plenty of champs that I could raise up. None of them are really a priority, although I have thought that maybe Frenzy the Cackler might help me out in Hydra. But these guys getting leveled up will be strictly for champion training. So to sum up, I am flush, I think, enough in champ training resources. So in conclusion, yes, I do think the account is ready. It's fat enough. I shouldn't say fat enough because it's not overflowing with resources, but it's fit enough to be going after what I think is a champion that is well worth the effort. So there you have it. The champ is worth it. I have the ability to do it. Therefore, the fusion will be undertaken for Lord Entertainer Fabian. So alright guys, there you have it. There's my take on it. I will be spending the next week, almost a week, preparing, boosting up the things that I need to do, not falling for the traps, because they will set traps. You'll see one right there. That's a trap. This extra legendary is a trap. Won't be falling for any of that stuff. Soul Stones, I didn't address Soul Stones, but Soul Stones generally are not something that's included in the fusion, but probably might come in for the Titan event that we all know will come after, probably for a soul. So I think I'll be hard-pressed if anything is involved in souls for the Titan event. Don't have much. Went for the last round in CBC of pulling all my soul stones. But that's neither here nor there for the fusion itself. So we are good to go for the fusion. So having said all that, hope you guys are looking forward to the 6th anniversary and the fusion activities coming up. Hope you are prepared for it. I wish you all the best. I wish you luck. Advise you, of course, to well prepare in the next 5 days that we have. Hope all else is well with you in life and in the game. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.